Welcome, I'm Emil. So today I'm gonna bring you Siren Skull. This game came out on Saturday, but last week there was a lot of games coming Friday and Saturday, so it's like I needed to play those, and now because this week a lot of games are coming is on Friday, so I have time to play this one. That is Siren Skull. This game is developed and published by pt1. And what is Siren Skull is a visual novel about friendship. Tell you to your friends what you feel about them, so that's a good thing. It's always good, like instead of always being a mystery horror, it's always visual novels about how to tell about your feelings to your friends at the same time. That's always good. This game is free. They release as free. I think it's their first project, and maybe they release for free only to receive feedback from the players to see what the players feel about the game, and like in the future project they can improve on those things that missed. The game, they say that is 7+ hours, so it's like they don't say how many endings the game has, but they say that the choice matter for the end. So I would imagine that there's different endings. You know how I feel about visual novels is that if you have multiple endings, 2 to 3 hours, like that the player can always see different endings. If you only have one ending, 4 hours max, because like visual novels you should beat in one day and not prolong more. I understand why the developers try always to put more hours to those that have cost money, like that they can justify the price, but at the same time they need to understand the player side, because a lot of players won't continue with the visual novel, they will go for other game. That's why I always say 2 to 3 hours multiple endings, 4 hours max one ending, like that the player can beat the game and see the entire story in one day. In this one it's already 7+ hours, so immediately it's like you already know that I'm gonna only do gameplay, because when it's a lot of hours, I'm at least let me show some gameplay of the game, is what I will say. But I will try to give max feedback of the game, like that developer in future projects they can implement that feedback on their future games. So in here it says continue, but it's because I try out only to see how it was the game, because in here the text, instead of being immediately everything appearing like other visual novels, it stops in every how it's called, punctuation. They always stop in there, so it's one thing that I have to immediately say that's not very good, because I'm not used to that. Okay, so let's start here with Siren Skull. But I will say give it a try, because it's free, so you can try it and give feedback to developers. A writer is congenitally unable to tell the truth, and that's why we call what he writes fiction. Fiction is the light through which we tell the truth. This story is a work of fiction, of course. Siren Skull, Florida, May 12, 2011. The Cape just fired another rocket into the sky, but nobody is looking off it. You saw that stopping on punctuation? Do you saw? So that's one thing that is not like other visual novels that appear the text immediately. In here stops, but then appears the rest. They are looking down at the earthless asphalt. They are panicking. But I won't look down. I can't. So I'll keep looking up at these rockets. Rockets. No matter what the experts say, rockets only exist for one purpose. They are our ticket for leaving home, the prototype of our salvation. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows we are going to need to get the hell off this planet. But Florida has amusement parks, beach and bottomless margaritas, so it's good at helping people ignore how screwed we are. They still know though, everybody knows. But nobody talks about it. That's the duplicity of Florida. It's our gateway to the cold, inevitable unknown, and our own personal lotus lands. To here we arrive, and from here we shall live. That is our claim to fame. Oh, and the weather. That's right. We are famous for our hurricanes. Okay? Maybe someday when all our bags are packed and our fancy new rockets are stuffed to the brim with human cargo, a giant hurricane will inexplicably cover the states. We will be trapped, forced to live with the consequence of our actions. We will be unable to run away. I love people, but there is a part of me that kind of wants something like that to happen, I think. It would be nice if there was some sense of justice in all of this. But I love people too much. Even if they are confusing and inconsistent, I still wanna lift people up. Good people lift each other, higher and higher towards where they are meant to be, towards their own personal heaven. Not because it's easy, because it's right. Yeah, good people are like rocket fuel. Or maybe they are more like the fuel tank itself, burning away their combustible innards. I wonder, does anybody even go fish those fuel tanks out of the ocean? Are they required to? That's a good question. I doubt it. They are just empty husks, after all. Even so, somebody has to be a fuel tank. It might as well be me. I'd rather it be me than anyone I care about. I'd rather it be me than Violet. Who is Violet? Violet. Wait, why am I thinking about this? People were panicked just now. They were panicked so much that nobody was watching the rocket. But won't that be considered normal? Isn't it normal to be afraid? Maybe I'm wrong about all this stuff. Maybe we don't need to be trapped here by a hurricane or whatever. Yeah, the world was lovely once, a veritable garden of Eden, but maybe that's not what we need to mature as a species. Things might just be better somewhere else. After all, isn't that why we all worked so hard to help you live? Lose yourself in Siren's calm. That's a good question. When the rocket comes down, that thing that they leave, somebody has to get it, right? Okay, so let's see how it is. This is safe, and this lowered, and menu, this is the log, right? Okay, that's a good thing. What is this? Quick save, okay. You have 4 new messages. First message. Dude, it's 2011. Get a cell phone. So this Ashton, okay. You are literally the only person I leave voicemails for at this point. I'm not doing this anymore once you move to Asheville. I mean it. It's dumb. Even Emil isn't that backwards, and I'm pretty sure he still carries around a pocket watch. Anyway, I'll be on Flagler at the usual spot. I'll buy you a burger or something, so come on down whenever. Later, bro. End of message. To delete message, press 9. Next message. So, Andy, right? Yes. Hey there, nerd. It's Andy. You are not getting out of training just because it's your last day in town, you know? We'll have to cut it a bit short today, but that's fine as long as you make time to go back home and say goodbye to Judy as well. You are planning on doing that, right? You know she'll be devastated otherwise. Well, whatever, I'll be warming up at the park, so hurry on over. It's hot though, so bring some water if you don't wanna die. Or don't, your call. Bye! Okay, Andy. End of message. To delete, press 9. Next message. So this is another friend. Emil. Oliver. Emil here. I was wondering if you finished up with the book yet. We might not get another chance to discuss it in person, given the circumstance, and I can't think of a better way to spend the day. I'll be at the library when you are ready. Also, one other thing. Have you been deleting these voicemails like we discussed? I doubt anything will come of it, but it's best to leave our trail cold, simply as a precaution. You are our leader, so I'm sure you have been on top of things per normal, but I fear it wouldn't hurt to remind you just in case. Regardless, I'll see you soon. Stay sharp. End of message. To delete message, press 9. Next message. So, Judith. Oliver? Hi, how are you? How's Violet? Who is Violet? It's Judith, by the way, not Andy. I know we sound similar over the phone, so I didn't want to confuse you again. Happy last day of summer, I guess. Are you feeling okay? Do you have any plans for today? I know you probably have to pack, of course, but after that, are you doing anything fun? It's the last day of summer, so it should be fun, right? You are probably busy though. I'll be busy too if I was going to college. That's why you didn't answer the phone, right? Because you are busy? I'm sorry if I disturb you. If I don't see you again, good luck at college. Make sure to let us know when you are back home for breaks and stuff, okay? Okay, good luck out there. Thank you, Oliver. Goodbye. Bye. End of message. To delete message, press 9. There are no new messages. To repeat saved message, press 1 now. Goals. Say goodbye to your friends. So, investigate. Check voicemails. We already checked, so we don't need to do it. Investigate house. Whoa, so many choices that you can. Violet's bed. We are Oliver, and we only have one day to say goodbye to our friends because we go to college, it seems. So let's go to window. A beautiful silent summer day waits for me outside. Fun stuff. No, it might be fun. It might be fun. I've just got to have the right attitude. I've just got to keep going forward. Okay, suitcase. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes to pack out all my clothes. Yeah, as long as I'm back a little bit before 8:30, everything should be good. I guess one of the perks of growing up poor is that you never really have much you need to pack. It's kind of handy actually. Journal number 8. Now that investigation is over, I should probably destroy this or something. I'm pretty sure Emil has recorded all the important stuff anyway. Even so, it's hard to just let stuff go up in flames like that. No, I can't get sappy. The smart thing to do is just leave it all behind. I've already made my choice. When I get up to Asheville, I'm burying this. End of story. Wait, so are we a student or we are like a private detective, right? Because it says there something about the investigation. Kind of weird. Okay, Violet's bed. Violet's bed. She still hasn't changed the sheets from last time, has she? Well, goodbye gross bed sheets. Goodbye Mr. Dolphin and Miss Donkey. Don't you dare tell anyone what we did in here. Okay, but still doesn't explain who is Violet. Miss L's room. I shouldn't be in here. Why am I even in here? Even though she hasn't been here all summer, I'm still a guest in Miss Lauren's house, okay? I should respect their privacy. But if she hasn't been in here in her room for this long, then how the hell does it still smell like wine? Okay, bass guitar. I haven't played all summer, even though Violet keeps asking me to. There just hasn't been enough time, honestly. I can only play a few crappy ska songs anyway. Even if I enjoy playing them, that's still nothing worth showing off. Nobody remembers the bass players much anyway. Well, almost nobody, I guess. Spice rack. An absurd number of spice hangs from the wall. One of the jars labeled Spice of Love is almost empty. Is that stuff she keeps sprinkling on top of my burgers? I will allow it. Maybe it's the secret ingredient to a healthy relationship. Okay, so maybe Violet is our girlfriend, Oliver's girlfriend. It seems like that relationship. Couch. As much as I want to lay down for a bit, it's irresponsible to sleep my life away. Sounds like something Dad will say at the very least. Then again, maybe a lack of sleep is why he always so cranky. That's still on him though. That's always gonna be on him. Food processor. There's bits of black bean burger stuck to the inside of the food processor. I guess Violet already made herself some lunch. Adorable. She's such a cute little herbivore, I swear. Kinda weird that I didn't hear that thing going off while I was sleeping though. I wonder why that is. And then we have canvas, right? What means that? The stack in the living room is way smaller than it was yesterday. This next project of hers must be really important if she's bringing so many backup canvas. Hope she didn't have trouble carrying all of them out the door. Why didn't she wake me up? I won't be more than happy to help her. A new gallery image has been unlocked. Okay, because I saw everything, I unlocked it. And so we need to leave now. Yes, because we don't have more voicemails, because everything was read, so. Whoa, okay. So, 10 hours and a half left to leave. Say goodbye to Violet's house. That guy. Let's go like ETA 40 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay. So maybe we start from the long people and then we go to the short one. I think it's better. So let's go to Judith. Yeah. Cooking some cookies. Because like we need to say goodbye to our friends, but we need to be careful of saying. Okay, so let's see how it works the save first. Okay, save game. Okay, gallery, can we see it? Okay, the gallery is only this. Okay, it's only the rocket. No, it's not only the rocket, and we have this. That's Judith. Art of Judith done by. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Okay, return. Good luck up there in Asheville, Mr. Long and Tall. Somebody I don't recognize say something to me while I'm walking. As a nondescript and generic at this moment is, I still make an effort to smile and wave as we pass each other by. Okay, a random guy say something bad to us, like, okay. I approach Judith's house and ring the doorbell. Surely she's home today, right? I'll be right there. She's coming, doing some exercise. You came! Oh my gosh, you actually came! Wait, where's Violet? Aren't you two spend the day together? Yeah, I would love to know where is Violet. Wait right there. I have the oven on. Just give me a minute. Don't come in yet, please. I mean it. Don't come in. Because we saw that she was cooking. So, just a little bit longer. So she asked us to come there to the house and then leave us outside. Good friend. Sorry about that. We are good now. Come on in and sit down. I'll make us something to drink. Judith's house, our base of operations, is as hospitable as ever. At this point, Andy probably will have stormed the front door or screamed something at me from her bedroom. So Judith and I are likely the only ones here. I take a seat in the living room while Judith half skips, half runs into the kitchen. After a deep breath, I notice something pleasant ascending the otherwise crisp, neutral air. Is that vanilla? We still have some sweet tea left over from last time. I'll pour you the rest of it and we can chat for a bit. There's some things I need to talk with you about, if that's okay. Judith places a rather large cup of sweet tea on the coffee table and sits next to me. We can watch a movie or something afterwards, but I'm not sure I'm going to get another chance to speak with you alone like this. She opens a can of flavorless seltzer and drinks a sizable amount before turning her attention to me. Right, now then, I'll just get right to the heart of it. You are a great leader, obviously. And I won't tolerate anybody undermining your efforts. You could have spent your last summer vacation doing anything. You could have ignored what happened and goofed off like the rest of us were going to. It would have been completely justifiable. You didn't have to do anything, and yet you chose to rally us together. You chose to spend your last days of freedom risking your life and fighting something far bigger than yourself. And the only reason why you did that was because it was the right thing to do. You did it all because of kindness. It was a kindness to restore this town back to the normal place it had once been. And that kindness is what bound us together. We were captivated by you. I still am. If I quit following you, even after knowing what was causing all those incidents, I wouldn't have been able to live with myself. Your kindness pushed us forward. I never experienced anything so powerful. And that power is what allowed us to control the fate of this town. We won, and what we had to do to win was a kindness. So the fact that Violet, who should be supporting you more than anyone else, will imply otherwise in front of everybody. It's unjustifiable. It's mutiny. Is that why no one of us are hanging out together today? No. Her and I are working out. It's fine. Thank you for worrying about me. Okay, it's like the first of is not very good. I don't want to say that. This is all about say that we and Violet are going goods to right, like together we are goods. Not be worried about. Thank you for worrying about me. It's like, okay, thank you for worrying about me, nothing more. It's like, for now what I understand is that Sophie was up around the town and we helped to save the town. But it's like, there is no backstory about that to understand what happened. That's kind of weird. And that's how we met our friends. It seems like that. It's like, I can say that we are, like Violet and me are working it out, so it's fine. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind that she is worried about us. So I think I'm gonna say the last one. Thank you for worrying about me. Always, I don't want you starting off your new life with a false impression of who you are. Nothing good ever comes from doubting yourself, so if that seed of doubt the Violet plant in you starts to grow, the only thing it will do is sap away your confidence. I know it will. And without confidence, you won't make it through college. You won't be able to survive on your own if you keep doubting yourself. Next to kindness, conviction is the single most valuable thing a person can possess. Violet should know that, and I think she does. So I don't get why she would plant that little nugget of doubt in your head like she was doing you a favor. It's just really mean. She should have thought of what you wanted. She should have let you believe in yourself. Because never mind. I've said everything I've needed to say. At this point, I'm kinda being a jerk, aren't I? Forgive me. Violet is your girlfriend, we already could understand, so I'm sure you can see value in her actions. What is regress? So I'm gonna save in here and only try to see what is regress, because I don't understand what that means. So like I always say, save in 2. So let's see what is regress. Ah, okay, okay. So if you don't want that choice, you can select another. Okay, check. Okay. But I don't want, I wanted that one. It's interesting, like, I think, okay, they say regress. I don't know what, now I know what is regress. But I think they should say in here is like, go for other option. Like, instead of the option that you selected, if you wanted, they could put, instead of regress, they could put, choose another option. Or not even put nothing, right? Like you chose that, you chose, and you continue. So it's what I'll say. Not put regress, put go for other option, or don't put anything because the player chose that and they should continue with that. Is what I'll say. Just please don't take everything she does to heart. You are a kind man. You are the heroic for doing what needed to be done. We all are. And even if she might not want to admit, Violet is too. Anybody in her situation will be. So let's enjoy ourselves while we can and forget about what's done. It is done, after all. Judith gets up from her seat and grabs the TV remote off the coffee table. Thank you for letting me vent. How's your sweet tea, by the way? I know you prefer it a little warm, but it's still good when it's like this. I reach over to my glass and take a hearty gulp. It's not too sweet, but it still has a kind of flavor, just the way I like it. I give my friend a reassuring thumbs up. Yeah. Perfect. Let's watch something light-hearted at this time. I want our last day together to be fun one, okay? In the end, Judith and I end up watching her favorite movie one last time, the one with the rock star and all those puppets. I never really saw the appeal in it, but I know the movie is a comfort part of her childhood, so I sit through it for her sake. We don't have much time left to talk afterward though. Judith asks me a few things I would have otherwise left at her house and walks me to the door. I know you were probably bored watching that with me again, but I still appreciate it. Thank you for being everything that you are. Please, take this. She hands me a plate of gift-wrapped macarons. Oh, macarons. You acquired Judith's macarons. Okay. I was making those before you came over. That's why I couldn't come to the door immediately. I want to keep them a surprise for as long as possible. I wish I could do more though. I wish... She's crying. Judith dives into me and buries her head in my shoulder. I meant everything I say, you know? You are the kindest man I ever met. Never allows anybody to let you think otherwise. Never. So she's talking always about Violet. It's kind of weird, but... Judith backs away from me and begins making her way inside. I'll see you soon, okay? Let me only save again. So we can see that she doesn't like Violet, but she respects that Violet is our girlfriend. It's easy to understand that. Stay sweet. And maybe she likes us a little bit, we can see that. Genre page 18 through 24 have been recalled. But we can understand that she likes us, but she understands that we have a girlfriend, that's Violet. Okay, so we have 7 hours. Let's go for Emil, the library. I like these images, they are cool. Like in terms of artwork, it's very good, well done. Like I like it. Like the style is different. Like how it's like the background you can see. Like let me see. Watch out, college boy coming through. So passerby again. Some people from the town don't like us because we going to college. It's like that. They don't like that. Somebody I don't recognize say something to me while I'm walking. As an on-script and generic at this moment is, I still make an effort to smile and wave as we pass each other by. See, the style of it, how it is different from all other visual novels. Like in the other visual novels, like the background is like clean, right? In here is like the way they did it is like different from the others, and I like it too. Like it's nothing like, oh, it's so bad. No, it's like it's different and it's cool at the same time. I like it. I like that like more visual novels that are comic, they try different things to be different from each other, and that's always a good thing that you want in games, not like a copy and paste. So it's always good. I found myself at the local library. Lucky for me, Emil is here too. See, now it's more clean than the other, but the other is too good. It's like is different, but sometimes it shows like clean, but then comes back to that different thing. As absorbed as he seems in his reading, I can't help but feel as if he was aware of my presence the moment I stepped into the lobby. Ah, you are here. Excellent. Glad you could make it. We'll have to keep our discussion down, unfortunately. There is a chess tournament happening over on the other side of the library. Did you finish your copy of the book, perchance? I don't even know what book we were reading, dudes. Almost, I'm at the last chapter. Yep, I finished it up yesterday. If I say that I finished it, you're gonna do questions, right? Absolutely. So I'm gonna say I'm in the last chapter. I see. Well, it's no trouble. I was about to finish my second read through anyway, so that should give you time to finish up. If anything, it might be better this way. I will argue the ending is the most important part of the book, as I'm sure you'll come to agree. Spoiler alert immediately. And this way it will be fresh in both of our minds. Just give me a second to go to the bathroom and then we can get started. Oh shit. By the time I take my seat and fish out my copy of The Stranger, Emil has already made his way back to me. After a brief acknowledgement of his presence, he sits down across from me and begins to reading. The technique that the author uses is remarkable. He writes in such a way that, although mere salt is detached, is still quite relatable. Hardly the heroic type though. While he is technically the protagonist and is clearly in a pitiable situation, I can't say he doesn't deserve what happened to him. Tell me, what do you think Mere Salt's greatest sin was? Oh, what? What? Like, is this a real book? I only want to know, like, I would love to know, is this book The Stranger, right? It's like that is called. Is a real book or is like nothing real? He's supposed to be an honest man of society. The actual murder, he shot that guy 5 times. He's part faultless. Society has failed him. The actual murder, he shot that guy 5 times. What? Let me see the log. Only to see if it's correctly or not. Okay, it's immediately down. Okay, that's good. While he's technically the protagonist and is clearly in a pitiable situation, I can't say he doesn't deserve what happened to him. What do you think Mersault's greatest sin was? He's refused to be an honest member of society. The actual murder, he shot a guy 5 times. No, he's practically faultless. Society has failed him. No, he's refused to be an honest member. I see, siding with the people then. I agree to an extent. I'm having trouble recalling a single moment in the work where he chose other people's needs over his own desire. It's a bit childish in a way. After all, he's a grown man. You should know that sometimes you have to play the game. You cannot live a fulfilling life on a carnal pleasure alone. Smoking, drink and sex can only get you so far. You need to have some sort of meaningful connection with the people around you. Whoa, that book was about that? Whoa, give me the copy of the book. Whoop! I need to read it. When that old man dog disappeared and Mersault made 0 attempts to comfort him, it told me everything I needed to know about his character. Even if your sympathy is fake, you should still act on it. Relating to others is how you form connection after all, that's true. And as social creatures, connections are what gives our lives meaning. They are what help us reach out and find the truth. Mersault should know this, and likely does, but feigns ignorance in the pursuit of his own desires. It's not something worth of death in and of itself, but as even Mersault implies, it is a lifestyle that can ultimately lead to an early death. My question might have been a bit too reductive though. I think our hero's fate can be ascribed to a conflux of different factors rather than just one fault he might have as a person. The reality is Mersault is a man of many sins, so trying to narrow it down to one great sin is probably impossible for us. The only one who will know the true extent of his sins will be Mersault himself, or in this case the author. I doubt outsiders like us are adequate judges. Still, it makes for a fun discussion. I'm glad Judith was kind enough to recommend this one to us. Emil holds up the book in his hand and smiles. As always, she has remarkable tastes. I suppose it's no surprise that her preferred reading material turned out to be so divine. It's a rather grim subject matter for such a classy human though. But I suppose this world of ours is full of little curiosities like that, isn't it? Emil checked his pocket watch, furrowing his brow in the process. I'm afraid we have to end it there though. I didn't realize I had kept you for so long. There are a few things I have to let you know of before we depart however. Emil gets up from his chair and leans in next to me, lowering his voice as he speaks. My hypothesis was right. The underworld is now completely barren. I've been going in after midnight with Ashton to check for hostiles. We have scoured every square inch of that place. Unfortunately, it seems like eliminating all of that did not have an effect on what time we can actually enter. We still only have that 10-minute window after midnight. However, for the time being, I think it's safe to assume that there was a casualty between the sudden death incidents and those monsters. So as long as things are peaceful back there, Siren's call should also remain safe. Emil moves back from my ear, now speaking in a much more relaxed tone. I will likely be doing some more research on that environment after you have left. After all, there is still so much about it that we don't know, so until that opening closes for good, I'll make sure our team is both informed and safe. I know this is likely nothing you aren't already aware of, but I figure you will gain some degree of comfort hearing this information from me directly. Especially considering recent accusations regarding your actions. Emil bites his lip and breathes out of a heavy sigh. About that, by the way, I'm willing to observe if Violet's claims have any merit. If there is an objective and observable negative change in the population, I'll do my best to record it and report my findings. I will even take steps to reverse it, if that's possible. However, I don't know how much more time I have to gather data before the locker shuts itself forever. So, for the time being, I will prioritize my field research. I don't know if you two are still together, but if you see her today, will you kindly let her know that I'm willing to be amicable about this even after her assertions? Emil grabs my shoulder and stares intensely at me as if his eyes were a shovel digging into wet soil. Know this, even in your absence, we'll keep this town safe. And no matter what is said or what ends up happening, we will keep you safe. You have nothing to worry about. Emil pulls away and smiles. We should probably return our books now, seeing as you are not going to be back here for a while. Shall we then? We place our copies of The Stranger on the front desk and fake the library, who smiles absently as she accepts our returns. Emil, now likely done with his search at the library, escorts me into the lobby. Well, it looks like this is it, for now at least. There's still so much I would like to discuss, but I suppose it's best for us to wait until your next visit. In the meantime, I'll do my best to act as your viceroy. If anything of note occurs in your absence, you can trust me to mail you the details as soon as possible. Emil walks over and shakes my hand, giving me his pocket watch in the process. You acquire Emil's pocket watch. Thank you for the great discussion. I acknowledge Emil's sincerity with a reassuring thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. I'll see you soon. Stay sharp. But still, journal page 15 through 70 are being recalled. But still, like, there is no explanation of what happened in this town. Like, they are always talking of something that happened, right? But still, nothing. Like an backstory, right, to understand very well. So let's go now for Andy. That she's in the park doing some exercise. Look at that. Yes. Ooh. She's got a punch in the face. And we are like, oh. Hey kid, how's your lady friend doing? Someone I don't recognize, this same thing as always, right? Yeah, but like the other two, they talk about, oh, you go college boy, right? They didn't like us going to college. And this guy now talks about our girlfriend Violet. Okay. Weird. And he's doing some pull-ups on a set of bright green monkey bars. At first it almost seems like she's in some sort of trance, complete focus and on the rhythm of her workouts. But then I step into her domain and like some sort of homicidal jungle predator, Handy flings herself into the air and starts barreling towards me. Honestly, glad you finally made it. So she comes to us and starts punching us? That's weird. Okay. Because she was embarrassed of us seeing her doing some exercise. Like, okay, good friend. Without missing a beat, Andy stands up straight, walks over and slaps me on the butt. Okay. You ready to run? We don't have a whole lot of time left to duel, you know? Come on, let's get out of here. She's already several yards away from me by the time I'm done processing everything that just happened. As silly as exercise seems right now, I know better than to try and fight her on this. And so I do as I'm told and start jogging after my friends. It's kind of weird of a friend that comes to us, punches, and then slaps us in the butt and starts running. Our route pretty much takes us all over the island, with the exception of a few motivational insults to keep me moving, and it stays most quiet as we cut our way through Siren's calm. That is, of course, until we get to his house. Andy peeks over the dilapidated fence, staring into the dark grove of palm trees and ferns shrouding Ashton's home. His TV isn't on. I swear, if that boy is out working, I'm gonna bop him into next week. Hey, trash ton, unless you are ambidextrous, there's no way you are gonna be able to jerk it with a broken wrist. You'll have blue balls or the rest of your path-dick little life. Are you good with that? Andy waits for some sort of response. But no lights flick on from within the house and no voice comparing sarcastic retorts from the bramble. Unreal. Moron, doesn't he know that your body can't heal itself if you keep putting pressure on it? If he's out here lifting blocks with his bum of father when he should be resting. She grits her teeth and begins sprinting away from the propriety. Oddly enough, the air around me is insult-free for the remainder of our jog. Okay, a weird friend, and he is. After some time, Andy and I reach the halfway point of our normal route, the arid walkway in front of our old high school. Andy for some reason looks as though she's about to vomit. I barely have any time to rest before she turns back around and starts jogging again. Sorry, but we are not stopping here. Even if the rest of us are still alive, that school will always reek of death. And nothing can change that. Come on, I'm not slowing down. We'll do our stretch back at the park, alright? Even though my body is numb with fatigue, I do as I'm told and follow Andy. Well, so someone died on the school? Kinda weird. After what feels like hours, we finally make it back to the park because she said it reeks of death, so maybe everything started on the school? It seems like that, because if it reeks of death, it has to be. I find the nearest bench and collapse on it. Andy, unfazed, throws her right leg up on a picnic table and begins stretching. Oliver, we have been over this. If you don't stretch immediately after running, you are just gonna be sore in the morning. Get up, you need to get in the habit of doing this. Oh, only one choice, get up and stretch. After psyching myself up a bit, I do as I'm told and walk over to Andy. We stretch our bodies using the crusty wood of a picnic table to prop ourselves up. I hope you realize how important it is to actually do this kind of stuff. Even if you are okay with being sore tomorrow, you need to be able to defeat the voice in your head that's telling you to relax. That's the real reason we do this, Captain. It's not even really about being healthy, it's more about being able to win every argument you have with yourself. It's about destroying the parts of you that are weak, it's about willpower. Andy smiles at me, clearly satisfied with her monologue, and sits down on the table, signaling to me that our workout is over. You see, right now, you are still inexperienced, so your mind is like a ball of wet clay. When outside force put pressure on it, it will conform into whatever shape it needs to be in order to be comfortable. Exercise is an outside force, except unlike most things, we get to decide when we are exposed to it. Which is perfect. If we know that pain is coming, then we can use it. We can use the pain to condition ourselves and fight those urges to be comfortable. We can use it to kill the parts of us that are slow and weak. And once that weak part of you is dead, there is nothing left but strength. Which I promise is going to come in handy once you start doing all-nighters or whatever. Your brain is going to be all, I can just do this easy, it's essay in the morning, I should sleep, blah 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 blah. And you're gonna be all, shut up brain, you don't control me. And then you'll think, whoa, Andy's so cool for making me stretch, I should buy her something nice next week when I go visit her and Judy. So yeah, get good. Okay, we're friends, it's better to say like that. So Andy is the weirdo of the friends. I can see it. She only cares about the exercise and stuff like that. Thank you for worrying about me, coach. You really think college will be that difficult? That was quite the monologue, no. That's kinda bad saying that. You really think college will be that difficult? No. I'm gonna say thank you for worrying about me, coach. Of course, it would be stupid if I wasn't worried. As dependable as you are, I don't think anybody can be fully prepared for adulthood. Yeah, the old farts like to shoot advice our way at any chance they get, but the truth is that adulthood is an entirely different beast for each person. We have no way of knowing if that worked for them is gonna work out for us. There's no way you can know for sure what's gonna happen when you get to Asheville. You could get mugged outside of the airport or seduced by one of your dorm mates only to find out they are mass murderer who keeps their victims' severed toes in a jar. Yes, of course. Or you know, biology might be kinda tough. In all honesty, it could be fine. Really, it could. But you don't know what's going to happen to you. There's no way you can know. So the only thing you can do is make sure you are strong enough to handle anything the outside world throws at you. If some maniac tries to chop your toes off, I want to be able to make sure you have a strong enough body to take them on. And a strong enough mind to not panic once you realize what's going down. Because if anything were to happen, well, you are like family at this point. Judy will be devastated. Which reminds me, I'm sure you already know that Judy wants to see you one last time before you leave, right? Have you gone to see her yet, Oliver? Yeah, yes, you already went to see. Yeah, I've seen her. Okay, killer. I know you probably had a date with Violet today or something, so thanks for setting aside the time to say goodbye to my sister. Ah, so Judy is the sister of Emily. Okay, that's good. It wouldn't have looked good if you went to hang out with me and didn't even acknowledge her. But you probably already knew that, didn't you? You knew how rotten that would have been, which is why you beat me to the punch. How proactive. Anywho, that was the last thing I was really worried about. If you already been to the house, then I don't need to go back myself just yet. Might as well keep working out. I'll let you go though. You still got people to left to see, I'm sure. But you should probably go home and wash up first. You smell rank. Not sure how much your real girlfriend will appreciate that elfy musk of yours, if you know what I'm saying. And leaps from her seat and slaps me on the back, wishing me luck with my future endeavors. Strange enough, her last piece of advice for me is to stay hydrated. I promise that I will make my way out of the park while Andy starts doing push-ups in the grass. Okay. Oliver, wait! Handed bullets towards me, gripping something in her right hands. I almost forgot to give you this. She hands me a brand new water bottle. Okay, and this water bottle. You can't stay hydrated without a water bottle after all. I mean, you can, but it probably won't end well. Don't worry though, I never used it before. I had plenty of fresh ones left over from my sponsorship. Make sure it gets lots of use, okay? When I see you again, I want you to be so ripped that I barely even recognize you. So get on it. Defeat the weakness that rots within your soul. I acknowledge Andy's sincerity with a reassuring thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for lending us your strength, Captain. I'll see you soon. Stay strong. John plays Saber through 14 of Vehicle. I still don't know what is that. Okay, so now is this guy Ashton, right? He's called Ashton. What the fuck? What is that? But it's like what I'm seeing is that nobody likes Violet, our girlfriend. Hey there, Oliver. Lovely weather we are having today, huh? Somebody that are nice. Okay, it's a thing, but at least this guy was kind for us. Ash is sitting outside of Jake's crab bucket playing on his cell phone. He seems to notice me approaching though and gets up from his seat, flipping his phone closed in the process. Ashton. Hey dude. He's only look at me for a sec before turning toward the restaurant. You hungry? I'm hungry. So let's get some food. Oh, I'm buying, but you gotta order what if you are thirsty, okay? You can get whatever food you want, but I'm not paying $3 for a soda. Money's kinda tight right now. Okay. He buys food, but he can't spend $3 for a soda. Okay, nice friend. It doesn't take long for Ash to place our order. I always get steakhouse burger whenever I come here anyway, and I guess he's picked up on that. Even remember that I like my medium rare and tells the waiters as much during our order. It's a real threat to watch him be accommodating like this, given how abrasive he is sometimes. Now whenever the six of us eat, Ash just plays on his phone until the food arrives, letting Emil and Judith to do most of the strategy. It's like, what the word is that? There's nothing normal about today though, is there? I'm gonna be real, man. Things were really shitty before I met you. Emil jumps into it as brazen as always. He feels with the bandage on his wrist before eventually squeezing it with his right hand. And even after that, I was still pretty sure that Sam was gonna be lame, no offense. I had it all planned out. I was gonna work with Dad on the weekdays, maybe hop online at night and play some Bone Sword with you and Emil. I was gonna keep on trying shit like that over and over again, the next day and the next until... I don't know, until I started to feel like an actual adult, I guess. That was the plan, that was my plan. It was all I had. Ashton calls, putting more pressure on his wrist. Never thought I would end up being a hero. I didn't even know something like that was possible for a guy like me. I always thought I was just some jerk, just another one of those punks at school nobody gives a damn about once you are not stuck in the same class as them anymore. The kind of kid that's stuck being a kid forever. It's crazy how things ended up though. So it was like those guys that were rebel, that didn't care about school, and because of what happened, it started to be different. Okay. You were amazing. How's your wrist healing up? So you really think it's all over then? No. I think I'm gonna ask about his wrist. He's injured, so I'm gonna ask about his wrist. My wrist? Yeah, it will heal. It still stings a bit though. I don't know if you saw, but that thing beat down to the bone when it attacked me. Okay, there was a monster. If it wasn't for Emil jumping in, I'll probably have a hook for a hand. Which will be dope, but a lot hard to explain to my old man. Know what I mean? Kinda excited to see how the scar ends up looking though, not gonna lie. I don't really know what I'm gonna do now though. All the important stuff is over, so I guess it's time for me to start acting like an adult. Working at B-Mobile and with Dad probably isn't gonna cut it though. I don't wanna be one of those dudes that picked when he was 18. I don't think that's gonna be good enough anymore. But I'll be pretty hard to stop everything that happened to us. When I do though, I wanna be able to let my brother in arms know about it. So Ashton plays softly on the table. It's a brand new cell phone along with a pretty slick looking case to go with it. This for you. I'm not gonna be one of those guys who you were friends with in high school and then never end up talking to again. I can't help but try and hide my discomfort as Ashton slides the phone across the table. What? You weren't gonna buy one anyway. So take it. We have some spares lying around the house anyway. I'm sure Dad won't miss it. I do as I'm told and put Ashton's gift in my backpack. You are the only one of us actually living in Florida, so I feel you are the one that need a new phone the most. Emil, Judy, and Andy are all within walking distance, and Violet isn't leaving Siren's call anytime soon. So that only leaves you. We can't talk about what happened with other people, so it's important we all still have a way to keep in touch, isn't it? Like, we fought together, dude. We bled together. You are not just gonna drop off the face of Earth, right? Of course not. It's the only choice that we have. Okay, cool. You better keep to that. When I start my new badass life as an adult, I want you to be able to know about it. Don't tell the others, but I've been thinking about getting a houseboat when I finally able to move out of my dad's place. Got no idea what I'm gonna do for a job though. Hey, I know pirates aren't really a thing anymore, but how about detectives? We have both got some experience solving mysteries now, don't we? Maybe if the whole higher education thing doesn't work out, you can move back down here and two of us can start softening up. There might be even a way to turn what we did in the underworld into something that makes us some serious cash. It will be nice to keep doing what we have been doing, but actually get paid for it. What do you think about that, my dude? Like, can be good. We talk about Ashton's ideal future until our food arrives. After a bit, we finish eating and Ashton, true to his word, foots the bill. Damn, I guess this is it, huh? I'm sure you got other things you got to do, so I will leave you to it. Ashton walks over and hands me a small slip of paper with his phone number on it. Ashton phone number, okay. Give me a call once you have touched down in Nashville, alright? I love you, bro. Thanks for the adventures. I acknowledge Ashton's sincerity with a reassuring thumbs up. Yeah! I'll see you soon. Stay cool. But why we always do a thumbs up? Journal page 2 through 6 have been recalled. Why we don't call to? Why we don't talk to them? Why you only do leaving? We only do thumbs up. I'm pretty much out of time, and so I go back to Violet's house and pack the rest of my things. Eventually, Miss Lawrence comes home, and we load everything I own into her car. As we are about to leave, though, Miss Lawrence gets a dangerous weather alert on her phone. Apparently, a once benign tropical storm off the coast has swollen to the size of a massive hurricane, suspending not just my flight, but every flight going out of Florida. Looks like I won't be leaving Siren's call anytime soon. Unfortunate. So we are saying goodbye to the friends for nothing because there is a hurricane. Like, so weird. You have no new message. To check saved message, press 1 now. So say goodbye to your friends. Like, let me see. In here is save thing, right? Yeah. Leave all? Okay, so what's now? Whoa. The safest place, 90 minutes. Judith. You are here, that is say that we are. So this is the farthest way. The safest place. Okay, let's go in here. It's different, it's a new thing, so let's go there. Is this Violet? Is this girl Violet like our girlfriend that nobody likes? Is that nobody likes? Like, I think they don't like the attitude. Give Miss Lawrence my regards when she gets back from Denver, alright? My regards. Something happened? This then is always safe thing. Okay, so we could understand that is the beach. There she is. After all this time looking for her, it turns out Violet was simply painting something on the beach. So this is our girlfriend, Violet. There we go. First time seeing her. Maybe you're gonna be able to say that there are certain people that don't like her? I shuffle on over to her right as she is about to snack on one of those famous black bean burgers of hers. Hey there, Oliver. I plant myself next to her in the sand like normal. After I'm good and comfortable, Violet kisses me light on the lips and burns her feet a little in the sand. It's still really early in the day, and I'm the first person you have come to say goodbye to then? How strange. So anyway, why would you come to see me now? I really done meeting up with everyone else. I thought for sure they will wanna hang out with you more. I was looking for you because it takes so long to walk to the beach. I'm more curious as to why you are here. No, I was looking for you. I'm not gonna say because it takes so long to walk to the beach. That's like say, oh, you are too far, that's why I came to you first. No, that's being mean. I'm gonna say the first one. Yeah, that's fair. Sorry about that. I just need to go to be somewhere lonely for a little bit. And nobody really comes to this part of the beach anymore. Well, nobody but us, that is. Things kinda feel different because of that. Helps me process things, makes good art. I used to be afraid of solitude, but now I think there is a weird kind of power in it. Knowing I don't need to be completely dependent on someone else to make sense of my experience. That I can just be alone for a bit at the beach, paint, and then suddenly everything that happened to us starts to fall into place. It's oddly thrilling. Still, I wish Judith and everybody else didn't just ignore me now. But if I got to be alone, then I might as well make the most out of it. So she understands that people like the other friends don't like her a lot now. So because she became our girlfriend, is that the reason? They're still your friends, they don't hate you. Things should be fine after a while. They will eventually see your point of view. Interesting choice. They are still your friends, they don't hate you. Yeah, it's like, they continue being friends, they don't hate her. It's like, things should be fine after a while. They will eventually see your point of view, like, saying that Violet has the reason on her sides. I still don't understand what happened to them to don't like her, so I think I'm gonna say that they are her friends still. Is that true? How can you be sure about that? I know it's a great motivation tool, but sometimes too much conviction can be dangerous, don't you think? A little doubt here and there is probably healthy at this point. Take this beta I'm about to start for example. I know you're used to seeing me do landscapes, but this time I'm going to try and capture the Siren that almost ripped off Ashton's hand. Even though it was attacking him, seeing that happen was the closest I think I ever been to death. At least consciously, that is. So naturally, I'm trying to turn that experience that's been swimming around in my head into something static and contained. That's my mission here, but if I get overly optimistic and think I've accomplished that goal when I actually haven't, then one day I could, I don't know, see some dog chewing on a park bone or something and have a panic attack. Or start screaming after seeing some lions get fed at the zoo. But if I'm patient, if I take my time and doubt myself a little, then maybe I see something new in the paint that I didn't see before. And sure, maybe I won't like it. Maybe what I find won't even be useful. But it's better than just making my life worse by pretending that everything is fine. I'm writing again. Look, the point is, the six of us spent this whole summer being self-righteous and going fast. And now everything's fucked. So I wanna take my time for a little while, that's all. You don't have to try and comfort me with hypotheticals. Neither of us know if everything's gonna be alright in the first place. But that's fine. I don't think these doubts of ours are as unhealthy as everybody makes them out to be. By the way, Oliver, there's something that's been bothering me. It's just, you have been listening to me talk about this stuff for quite a while now. And whenever you do say something, it's like one sentence and then you shut up. You are normally not this passive. It's like you are spending all this time trying to think of the perfect thing to say. I mean, I'm flattered that you are trying so hard to be a good listener, but it doesn't exactly make for great conversation, you know? And, well, it kind of feels like I'm just talking at you and not talking with you, if that makes any sense. Are you nervous about something, love? Has it been like this for you all day? Okay. Like she feels that we are only listening to her, not talking with her. Damn. I just like listening to you talk. I'm a little nervous about calls, I guess. I'm just not in a very talkative mood today. No. I'm gonna say that I'm a little nervous about college. No, that's not what this is. Oh. See, right now, what you just said, you don't need to try and coddle me like that, Olive. Can't we just talk with each other like normal? Damn it. This is what I was trying to bring up at our last meeting. Everyone in town is speaking the exact same way. Maureen doesn't chat with me about art anymore when I go to buy groceries. She just says something like, nice purchase you made there, and then hands me the receipt. It's safe with the mailman too, and even a bunch of my old teachers. For Christ's sake, Freaky Joe isn't even freaky anymore. It's like everybody but the 6 of us have been lobotomized. And now you are talking the exact same way. Is this my fault? Is this because we killed the seed? What exactly did we kill, Oliver? Damn it, we end up acting too quickly. The seed? Huh. There was no reason why we had to try to solve this shit before you went to college. It was just another stupid arbitrary goal we set to motivate us. We just didn't want to do this without you. We were being selfish. We could have come back to it later. We could have tried to handle things on our own. We could have told the cops what we thought what was going on. We could have. Damn, Oliver, say something. Tell me I'm overreacting. Argue with me. Tell me I'm being silly. You don't have to be a hero anymore. You don't have to say something perfect. Just say something so I know it's really you. Please. Please just say something real. Whoa. Okay, so people, when we kill the seeds, people start to act differently. Interesting. Like she says that they were lobotomized. Huh. I love you, please stop worrying. No matter what's going on, I will protect you. Something real. No. Hello, please stop worrying. Because saying something real, like she says, say something real, and we are like, something real. No, I don't want that. No matter what's going on, I'll protect. She said that we don't need to be a hero anymore. So I gotta say, I love you. Please stop worrying. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. A lot of no's. Val drops to the side and starts breathing heavily. Let him go. I don't know who or what you are, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you hurt you somehow. It wasn't personal. We just want to be heroes. We were just a bunch of dumb teenagers that were bored with our lives and want to be heroes. Okay, okay, I'm sorry. We are sorry. So let him go. I can't handle the rest of the town being brain dead, but not him. He still has so much life to live, so why are you forcing him to be perfect? Wait, is it because we are dating? Is that it? Is that what triggered this? If so, that's stupid. We're gonna break up later today anyway. We have to. I don't care if we are together or not, as long as it means he can have his life back. So I'll do it. I will, I promise. So go on. Let him go. Whoa. Violet walks over to me and grabs my shoulders, a desperate look painted over her pale face. You hear me? I say I'll do it. Huh, I think she's going crazy, is what I think. So let him go. She begins shaking my body violently. Let him go. Let him go, 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 let him go. I think Violet is going crazy because I feel like let him go. What? Yes? Blue skies ahead complete. What? Is that the ending? Yeah, that's an ending. Look at this percentage complete, 9.8%. So are we Oliver, right? Our character Oliver. Is it? Are we possessed? What? I'm kind of lost. So other image that we unlock it. The twins enjoy themselves at the beach. Are done. Okay, that's cool. Look at this. The twins. That is Andy and Judy. Okay, that's good. We have here Emil. Okay. Who is this? Miss Lawrence. When life was good. Okay, that's a cool artwork. And this the rocket. Whoa, so I missed a lot. So the choice that I did were wrong? Is it? We have the journal. Holy shit. A gift. I wrote you some more notes that might be nice to refer to the coming days. These are like the last batch, as between two of us we should know. Okay, so is this like to explain the backstory? I think it is. Yeah, so I think this to understand the backstory. Yeah, I think this, like, if you want to understand the backstory, you need to read this. But the problem is that it's too much. Like, I understand that the journal is to you to understand the backstory of what happened on the islands, and like that you understand. But I think it's too much text. So what I'm gonna do is gonna load. Right? Try. What? Where is my save? So the game deleted my save. Right? So because we got an ending, the game deletes the save, is it? Because I was saving. So only because you got an ending, the game itself doesn't let you continue like that to play, to try out other stuff.
About the cheese.
Maybe it's like that. Okay, it's like I can understand that, and like okay, we don't want you to continue where it ended for you like that. Now we try other choice. I can understand, but it's like, so what is the purpose of saving, right? Right, that's like a question that I can do, like, so what's the purpose of saving if, well, now it's different. I'm 3 parts rotten cantaloupe dropped from the rooftop by skate punks, and half of an overpriced shirt shared between lovers at theme parks. To some, I'm a hero, but to everyone else, I don't know, man. It's kinda hard to tell. Wait a minute. What am I? Category 1, Ashton. Whoa. So that's why you couldn't load. Because it's not the continuation. It's not like we are continuing in the story. Okay. But let me see, save. So was that... Yeah, like you don't have your save. So... Now I'm lost. Was that a prologue? Was that a prologue only to know your friends? I'm kind of lost a little bit. Sorry, but like... So this is our character, Oliver. Phone, shut up, please. Say goodbye to your friends. Because like... The other was Blusk, like about that, and was to say goodbye to your friends. And then appears a hurricane. Now what was, the title was Category 1, Ashton. And now we even see our character. Okay, check voicemail. You have 5 new messages. First message. Whoa, now it appeared character, Miss Lawrence. Don't mess this up, Oliver. End of message. To delete, press 9. We all know that. Next message. You awake, bro? It's 10 and I haven't heard anything from you yet. Everything cool? Pretty sure Anne is gonna be on your ass like a deer tick if she finds out you are sleeping like this. Not like I'll actually tell her or anything. I won't do you dirty like that. Just let me buy you a burger or something at Crab Bucket before you head out today, alright? I made sure my old man gave me the day off, so I'll be around there for a bit. So swing by when you can, I guess. Later, dude. End of message. To delete, press 9. Next message. Captain, if you are sleeping today, I'm going to beat you. Jesus Christ, so aggressive Andy it is. I swear to God, I will tenderize your ass like low-grade steak. I'm kidding. Of course. Sure. Sorry, I know you have trouble with jokes. That was a joke. Sure it was. Come on down to the park though. Seriously, we need to exercise. I know you hate water, but bring some with you if you don't wanna dry up and die. Or don't. Your call. Bye. End of message. Delete. Press 9. Next message. Oliver, it's Emil. I'm curious as to when you are planning on returning your copy of The Strange to the library. What? I know you are not on top of these sort of things, but given the circumstances I'll manage, it's still something that's pretty easy to forget. And to be frank, non-profit facilities like this need all the help they can get. So make sure you do the responsible thing and return it. Coincidentally, I'll also be there if you'd like to discuss anything before you leave. On that note, I'll see you soon. Wait. Delete your voicemails. But we delivered the book. We delivered. Huh. Are we in a loop? Oliver, I'm calling because... Oh, never mind. Just have a good time at college. Sorry if I woke you up. I'll hang up now. Bye. Are we in a loop? I think we are on a loop. Is what I think. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Nothing from Violet though. Again, I'm pretty sure I know where she's planted herself anyway. I got time. I shouldn't keep everyone else waiting though. Wait a minute, so if you talk with Violet, you go to a loop again? Is it because he's again saying goodbye to your friends? Is Violet that's doing a loop to us like that we are always with her? Let me only see one thing in here. Journal 7, it's not 8 anymore. This was my poetry journal before I started recording stuff for Emil, right? Yup, there they are, unpolished as ever. Still, they did their job. Remember boy, if you want to understand someone better, try thinking from their perspective. Become them, think like them, speak like them, write like them. Maybe I should just burn this. And the rest of things is the same, right? Bass guitar, let me see. You sure you are flexible? You sure are one flexible instrument, aren't you? You can stand out when you need to, or blend into the background like you were never even there to begin with. No, it's different. You can be whatever you need you to be. The only thing you have to worry about is being so damn forgettable. I won't forget you though. No, it's different now, okay? So we need to see the other things. Window. Siren's call in the summertime, perfect as always. At least that's what all the cooks from up north say. It's not Asheville though. Just one more day and then I'm out of here. Just one more day. Suitcase. I'll give anything if I could bring Violet with me. Miss Lawrence would probably love if I did that, wouldn't she? What stopped me from just swallowing up my pride and going Violet's way? Will it really be that bad? Will anybody care? Probably not. Mom and Dad seem eager to wash their hands off me. As for everyone else, I bet they think I'm a hero for even coming this far in the first place. Maybe I owe it to myself to follow her. At least that way I could probably see her again, right? Okay, we already saw that, Violet beds. Should I just go ahead and wash these sheets now? Is Miss Laws gonna kick open the door, breathe in, and immediately know what went down? Will she even care? I hope not. That's one conversation I am 100% not ready to have yet. Miss Laws' room. Why is the door not locked? You know, I don't think Miss Laws ever told me anything about if I could go inside her room or not. All she really seemed to care about was that I watch over Violet. It probably goes without saying that I shouldn't be in here. But still, as far as the adults go, she's always been surprisingly lax about these sort of things. Does someone like her really have nothing to hide from us? Spice rack. Even some of these empty, never-used jars have labels on them. I guess Violet really went ham on they got this spice rack. Seriously though, love nectar? I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Couch. Wait a minute. Did I sleep on the couch last night? Weird. Did Violet and I fight or something? Was it one of our debates? Why can't I remember? There we go. Why I can't remember? Food processor. This all happens when you are on a loop. You don't remember what happened. Boy, this thing sure is obnoxious when it gets going. Cheers to Vi for always telling me when she's gonna flip it on though. Glad she's not part of the old suffering will make you stronger cult like mom and dad are. The world is loud enough already. At least with Violet I can prepare a bit before things start ripping into each other. Thanks On. You are my favorite herbivore. And last one is the canvas. The last painting Violet made for art class sure was gnarly, rusty fish hooks painted with brains and shit. Pretty far removed from all those happy little beach and palm trees I'm used to seeing. She sure looked happy painting it though. I guess it feels nice getting something that rough out of your system. Kinda makes me wonder how Miss Lawrence feels about some of these. New gallery image that we got because of reading everything, I think. Okay, so leave home, say goodbye to everyone. But I think it's Violet that's doing going on a loop. Yeah, again, it has in here Violet. So let's first go. But Ashton is missing now. Huh. So let's start with Judith. But now you can see it's a category 1 Ashton. And Ashton is not here to go. Why is that? You like the story like doesn't have a backstory to understand what happened on the island. I think you need to read the journal to understand. But at the same time, then when you go again play like it ends the game, you are like what happened? And then you press continue and the game starts a different way. You are like okay, so there's something that's happening on this island, and you are like okay, let me see what's happening. Like it's weird, like you don't understand very well, but the further you go in the game, maybe you're gonna understand. But for now, what I think it's Violet, because I think she's like crazy. Good luck up there in Asheville, Mr. Long and Tall. Bro, I don't even know who you are. Whoa, now we talk with those people. I don't even know who you are, so how the hell do you know I'm going to Asheville? Whoa. Okay, another thing that's new too. Now we talk to those people, and now it's like, why in the beginning you couldn't see our character, right? And now you can see it. I'll bet almost anything that Judith is home today. I cross the threshold of her porch and press down on the glossy ivory doorbell. I'll be right there. A powerful tone rings out of the door, followed short by Judith's familiar, comforting voice. At first the door opens just a crack. It is only after she sees that it's me on her porch and not some stranger that Judith feels comfortable enough to put herself in the doorway. You came! Oh my gosh, you really came! Hi Judith. Judith's display of genuine appreciation and joy makes me pause for a bit. I'm a little embarrassed that I can't think of a meaningful way to follow her up. So I just kind of wave my hands back and forth and smile as if to say yes, I'm here, it is in fact me. As lame as my greeting is, the jazz hands alone are enough to elicit a giggle at least. Hehehe, what was that? Just me saying hello, I think. Hello Judith. Do you wanna hang out for a bit? I'm not interrupting anything, am I? No, not at all. I mean, no, you are not interrupting anything. Well, that's not entirely true, I suppose. Wait right there. I have the oven on, just give me a minute. Oh, okay, will do. Again, we stay outside. Judith runs back into the house, careful not to slam the door behind her. Can it be Judith that is doing the loop because she doesn't want us to leave? Don't come in yet, please. I mean it, don't come in, because she never let us in immediately. She let us outside and make us think that because she's cooking the cookies for us. The macarons, is better to say like that. Just a little bit longer. Because we can get inside to see her cooking, right? So I understand she wants to surprise us, but it's kind of weird too. Sorry about that, we are good now. She steps back from the doorway and bows, leading my gaze inward with a flick of her wrists. Come in and sit down, good sir. I'll make us something to drink. Thank you, madam. I do believe I shall. I pull up the edge of my shirt and curtsy before making my way into the house. Because it's easy to understand that Judith likes us. So maybe she's doing something to make us to go loop. Judith's house, our base of operations, is a hospital as ever. At this point, Andy probably will have stormed at the front door or screamed something at me from her bedroom. So Judith and I are likely the only ones here, against a thing. I take a seat in the living room while Judith half runs into the kitchen. After a deep breath, I note something pleasant accenting the otherwise crisp, neutral hair. You said the oven was on, right? By any chance were you baking something vanilla-ish? It's a surprise, Mr. Nosy Nose. You'll find out soon enough, don't worry. Is sweet tea good to drink? We still have some left over from last time. That sounds lovely. Do you mind shaking it up a little bit before you pour though? The sugar just sinks to the bottom if it sits around for too long. No problem. I'll pour you the rest and then we can chat for a bit. Judith, unsurprisingly, is agreeable as ever. The way she waits on me makes me hate myself a little, but not enough to deny her kindness. Despite the pleasantries, or perhaps because of them, a sticky sweet guilt begins to bloom in the pit of my stomach. But this, of course, is perfectly normal for us. Judith places a rather large cup of sweet tea on the coffee table and sits next to me. She opens a can of flavorless seltzer and drinks a sizable amount of it before turning her attention my way. So, where's Violet? I was expecting you to be inseparable for most of the day. My mom is on her painting at the beach or something. But she'll probably be back at the house before I leave, so I'm not too worried. I see. So you are satisfied with spending such a small amount of time with her? To shame, Oliver. I thought you'll end up being more devoted to your beloved. Her and I aren't too worried about running out of time together, if that's you are getting at. Really? Is she still going to college with you then? Nope. Dating long distance until she moves to Asheville at the end of the year? Negative. Eloping with you in the Caribbean without me knowing under the cover of night? Good Lord, Judith. Wait, really? Nothing then? Whoa, so today's really it, huh? You two have quite an unorthodox relationship. I mean, not really. Hey, Judith, why are we talking about this? I know you are still kind of mad at her, but why is Violet the first thing you want to talk about? Right now, shouldn't we talk about pretty much anything else? No, you see, that's the fascinating part. You are so much more worried about our time together being valuable, even though Violet and I have the same pool of hours to pull from. It's too strange for me not to focus on. I don't understand why you are making me such a priority right now. What are you talking about? Of course you'll be a priority, Judith. You have been my best friend since I was like 7. I'm not gonna see you for a while. There's no way you wouldn't be a priority. Okay, so we are friends with Judith since 7. Okay, Judith puts down her beverage and moves a little bit closer to me. But, you see, that is why I didn't ask you to come over today, Oliver. I knew everybody else was likely going to pressure you into hanging out with them, when in reality all you probably wanted to do was spend as much time with your lover as humanly possible. It was supposed to be a kindness. My final gift to you as your friend was going to be me letting you to be for the day. It would make sense, after all, for the things to end this way. Violet should be the center of your world, the object of your affection. I didn't want to be selfish, so I decided not to make myself a priority. After all, I wasn't the one who ended up winning your love. Is this what I think it is? Oh no. But when you showed up at my door today, Judith wraps her arm around mine and pulls herself closer to me. It became painfully obvious that you really do care about me an awful a lot. I know you always have in your own way. But it's only now, after being prioritized so ugly. It's only just now that I began to think. She pulls even tighter and turns her face so it's only an inch away from mine. Maybe you view me as more than just a friend? Holy shit. Whoa, we can kiss her. Oh my god. Huh. Yeah, but, okay, but the other saves never appear. What? Did I press load and not save? What? I pressed it here. Oh my god. For real? No. I pressed save. I know that I pressed it. What? What? No voicemail in there. I saved it before then. I pressed save, I know I pressed it. But why there is no voicemail in there? Only to see if we receive or not. There at the gallery. God damn it. Full processor. That's why I'm skipping. Or isn't like I press save but the game doesn't let? No, you don't receive nothing. No. So let's go do again. God damn it, I thought I pressed it, like... Like, I think I pressed on this cat. There. At least we have to skip. Save. It's like now one thing that I want to know too. If you choose always Judith first to go see, makes her think that we are in love with her, or even if you don't put her in first, right? Go for visit her first, change too. That's all thing that I would like to understand. Kiss her, or of course I do. Kiss her. Let's see kiss her. A new gallery image has been locked. Judith. None of what you have been saying makes any sense. Whoa. I'd say kiss her, but nothing happened. Jill lets go of my arm and stares at me. Oliver. That's a pretty rotten thing to say. That's okay, I can live with that. But me being rotten doesn't change how bizarre this entire situation is. You are confessing to me. I get it, that's kind of a big deal. But why on earth would Judith, the woman so dead set on doing the sweetest possible thing in any given situation? Why would that person be trying to get me to shit on my girlfriend the day before I leave town? Because I love you? I mean, you and Violet are breaking up anyway, so what does it matter? See, that's what I'm talking about. Judith isn't somebody who will think like that. She knows me long enough to know that's something I would never even consider doing in the first place. So who are you trying to appeal to by acting like this? Who exactly are you trying to impress? I'm not some spineless protagonist in a low-budget hentai. I'm not gonna set my relationship with Violet on fire just because you grab my arm and stuff. Hentai? Julie, you cosplay. You know what hentai is. Maybe it's wrong of me to conflate this image I have of you with how you are actually behaving right now. Maybe I should just shut up and accept your feelings as some sort of definitive truth. But everything about this just seems really out of character. I know you are mad at Violet, but you aren't mad enough to get me to shit on her, right? I end it there, doing my best to put the ball in Judith's court. I press kiss her, but Arcrat takes her out of there. But Judith doesn't say anything. Oh my god. No way. No freaking way. There is no way you are that bitter. Jesus, Judy, really? Is that really what this is? Even after my taunts, Judith doesn't say a thing. She simply stares at me, the light fading from her normally vibrant eyes. Judith? Hello? Is there a reason you are trying to wrap me up in all this? Speak now, or forever hold your... You are the one that's acting out of character, Oliver. Judith's voice, normally so sweet and comforting, is laced with something that paralyzes me to my core. Why are you suddenly so sloppy and imprecise with your words now? Up until today, you were always so careful with the things you say to me. I could feel your deliberation, like a gentle hand placed firmly on the back of my neck, pushing me downward, close and close to you with each perfect, flawless word. After a certain amount of time, your will was so strong that I could feel my own desire being supplanted with a single overwhelming desire to please you. It was strange at first, simply being in your presence and having my will erode like that, but I didn't really mind. I was eager to give you my time, my body, my future, anything you want to cultivate the person you were ultimately meant to become. It didn't matter what I was doing before. If you want to spend time with me, then that's what we're doing. Everything I did was in service of you. Everything I was in service of strengthening our bonds. And then I lost to Violet, naturally inhibiting the amount of support I could provide you. But again, I didn't mind, not really. I was content to be your childhood friend and nothing more. After all, Violet is the one you wanted to fuck. Emil, Ashton and Andy never even had the chance to be an object of your affection like that. So compared to them, I had it great. There was no point in ever feeling sorry for myself. But now, that gentle pressure in your words is gone. And if that's gone, then so is my patience. So yes, it might be out of character for me to act like such a homewrecker. But you are acting out of character too, so that changes things a bit, don't you think? If you are not acting how you should, then why should I? Why should any of us? If I have one last opportunity to give you everything you want, then why should I take it? Whoa. I don't want you to act like this, Judith. You are lying. This is absolutely what you want. It's the perfect fetish for someone as low functioner and social inept as yourself. You want someone completely won over by your words, somebody completely under your influence. Isn't that the easiest way to prove to them you are not defective? Judith dives forward and presses her warm, voluptuous figure against me. She moves her perfect pinky lips to my ear, her breath eating my naked brain like a bullet of steam. So just tell me what else you want and then we can get started. What I want? I want... The fuck is happening? I wanna watch a movie with you. Your choice, I don't even care. Just please get out of me. Get me off. I mean, get out of me. Please get off me. Weird. Then why didn't you say so early, silly? Let's watch something light-hearted this time. I want our last day to be fun, okay? Again, she comes back to her character, like being the friend, the childhood friend, like, And just like that, she completely back to normal. And she gets up to find the movie. I try and drown the weight in my stomach with a mouthful of sweet tea. But all this does is turn the brick of lead in my gut into a cube of grainy, disgusting sugar. Weird. What the fuck happened there? Like, I say kiss her, and immediately, like, we refuse her, right? I don't understand why we refuse her. Like, it seems like we were, like, playing with the Judith. It was, we were Judith, doing the choice for Judith, right? It's weird. And then, like, she start to be, like, a different person. 40 minutes, 20 minutes, so let's go for Emil. Like, she became someone different. Interesting. What the fuck happened there? Is it because of your choice in the start that you did, then you start to be different? Watch out, college boy coming through. That's how I am to you people, isn't it? Better not mess this up then, I guess. Okay, again in the library with Emil. I find myself at the local library, domain of absolute knowledge as well as a weak, pervasive chemical smell. Even if Emil isn't here, I can at least return my book so the feds don't end up chasing me down. Thankfully, his presence in the far corner of the room ensures my trip here is, at the very least, an efficient one. As I begin walking over, my friend looks up from his book and greets me with a curt wave of his hands. You are here! Excellent! Glad you could make it. Me too, you still want to talk about the book then? Definitely, there's too much in here for us to ignore. We'll have to keep our discussion down, however. There's a big chest tournament happening to the other side of the building. And you didn't enter it? I think you'll be chomping at the bit for another chance to increase your elo ranking, Mr. Future State Champ. Normally yes, but those sort of events typically take all day and I didn't want to clutter my schedule. I'm sure you can discern as to why. Emil kicks up the left side of his face with a smirk and I cannot help but do the same. You passed up easy money on my behalf, Emil? I'm honored. Currency is a bit relic of the days. Pride is forever. And I will be able to handle this shame if I fail to send you off properly now, would I? Thank you, number 2. I appreciate that. Although I will doubt you will think so little of money if you had to, actually pay rent or something. A delightful hypothetical to be sure, one of that I'm eager to explore in the coming months. There's no way you are excited to pay rent, my guy. You don't have to act big around me. I'm pretty sure we both know it's gonna be terrible. Perhaps. But for now, we are young and free of debts. So just give me a sec to go to the bathroom, then we'll get started, alright? Alrighty. Again, he goes to the bathroom. Oh, and number 2? If you decide you need to go number 1 in there, by any chance, don't pull your pants down all the way when you are in front of the urinal. Somebody might walk in and see your butt. I started laughing so hard that I'm barely able to complete my sentence. I was 8 when that happened. Yup, that's what Ash told me. And you weren't even going to the same school as me yet, so I didn't need to. His description of the event was itself transcendent. Emil is such a smug guy that I have to take the wind out of his sails even every now and then. Otherwise, he'll just fly away. Well, I suppose if pride is forever, then so is shame. We love you! Shut up! Emil walks away, humbled, but not completely put out. In fact, by the time I've sat down and fished out my copy of The Stranger, he's already begun making his way back over. He sits down across from me and we begin our discussion. The technique that the author uses is remarkable. He writes in such a way that, although Mersault is detached, he is still quite relatable. Hardly the heroic type though, right? Indeed. While he is technically the protagonist and is clearly a pitiable situation, I can't say he doesn't deserve what happened to him by the book's end. Tell me, what do you think Mersault's greatest sin was? Again, I'm gonna say the same thing. That's too broad of a question. There's an entire potluck of things this jerk did horribly. So if we start diving into something that esoteric, we're gonna end up being here all day. But I got something about this book that I've been dying to ask you specifically, Emil. Oh, you don't say. Normally Emil will be much more upset than I dismissed his musings so rapidly. But I know he can't resist a good challenge. He smirks as if to say, let's see if what you are bringing to the table is worthy of my palate. So what is that? What is that is your question? Alright, so every good story needs a villain, right? or at very least some sort of strong antagonistic force. But everybody in this book is so rotten that I can't figure out who that person is supposed to be. So, in your opinion, who is this story antagonist? Hehehe. Is that all it is? Well, the answer to that is obvious, Oliver. Is not the main character himself? Is it not Mersault? After all, he's refused to think for himself and commit to any meaningful role in life. Ultimately is what allows him to be taken advantage of. He will do anything, say anything and become anyone, so ultimately he's goaded into becoming a murderer. No way. No, that's so backwards, dude. You don't think the guy that gave him a gun halfway into the book and was all like go shoot in this other guy is been looking at me funny is to blame at all? You don't think Raymond is the antagonist? No. No, not at all. It is Messer's own weakness that allows him to be so malleable. If he was not constantly at ends with himself, dueling with his own antagonist force, he would have never been put in such a ridiculous situation. In other words, it is his own fault that he was manipulated. That's way too cold to be correct. No, there is no way that can't be right. I'm almost certain that it is. Raymond may be a bad person, but he is hardly the story antagonist. By definition alone, Mersault fits that role snugly. So if you were trying to shark some kid out of a red trading card or trick an old lady over the phone into lending you money, then that would make you a villain? That's a fallacy, Oliver. The strawman fallacy, to be exact. Context matters. What if I knew that little punk stole the car from my sister and I ended up tricking him so that I could easily return it to her? Or what if the old lady in question had dementia and I needed her to give me a credit card number so I could buy her groceries? And even if surface details point to violence intent, in the grander scheme of things, I still might not be the antagonist of whatever story I'm in. But you'll still be a jerk. Even if you weren't the number one jerk, second place still isn't bad. Sure, but at the risk of sounding pedantic, you implied a singular antagonist with the phrasing of your question. And the single greatest force working against our protagonist is, in fact, himself. I think that's a pretty sound thesis, don't you? I guess. I don't like how little blame he is placing on the guy that's manipulating everyone, but I can't refute his argument. Maybe, I guess you're right. Perhaps. But if I had chosen other, what would happen? If I had chosen the other, one of the others instead of the same? But no matter what role the characters actually play, it still makes for fun discussion. I'm glad Judith was kind enough to recommend this book to us. As always, she has a remarkable taste. I suppose it's no surprise that her preferred reading material turned out to be so divine. Whoa, divine, huh? Does she know you are whipping out the big adjectives for her like that, number 2? Might wanna tone it down in case she ends up walking through that door and sees something else breaking out of you, if you catch my drift. That reminds me. There is one more thing I feel is worth mentioning, Oliver. Oh. What's gonna say? You are wrong about being second. There is nothing worse than second place. Being that close to absolute perfection and coming up short is sickening. Remember that. What the hell? Anyways, I think this is a good point as any to finish up. We should probably return our books, seeing as we are not coming back here for a while. Let's go. That was weird, what he said to us. We return our copies of The Stranger and thank the librarian who smiles absent as she accepts our returns. Emil, now likely done with his search at the library, escorts me to the lobby. We leave the library, but there's something still bugging me. Hey, Emil. Yes? All this talk about villains has me thinking. Every decent story needs a villain in order to work, right? In a vague sense, yes. It's like you said earlier. At the very least, you need some sort of antagonist force for the heroes to rise up and defeat. Then is that why none of you guys are taking Violet seriously? Is it because you think the villain of our side has been defeated and so there is nothing to actually worry about? That's not exactly it, but it's not completely inaccurate either. I do earnestly believe we are at the end of our journey, Oliver. We have come full circle, in a sense. Anything more will simply be a drawn-out epilogue. So that could explain why I believe worry about Violet is somewhat unjustifiable. You really believe that? You really think we are completely done? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Then can I ask you one more question? Boy, you sure are talkative lately. It's fascinating. Yes, please ask me another. It sounds quite thrilling. Okay. So, who was the villain of our story then? Who exactly did we have to overcome? Emil for a second or two doesn't say anything. He just stands there, rubbing the base of his chin until a confident smirk crawls across his face. Your best question today by far is also the simplest to answer. It was the Sirens, Oliver, the monster that lived in the backside of our town's consciousness. The malady and longing of our speech made flesh, that is what we had to overcome. It's as simple as that. So relax, if anything of note occurs in our absence, you can trust me to mail you the details as soon as possible. Emil walks over and puts his hand on my shoulder. Until then, thank you for the great discussions. I'll see you soon. Stay sharp. Weird. Very, very weird. And with that, Emil ejects himself from the scene. And I'm left on the patio of the library, unable to form a rebuttal. Very, very weird this. But one thing is, like, I picked the same choice. If I had chosen the different, what will happen? Will he become crazy? Okay, so now Andy. Some exercise. Ah, she fell. Hey kid, how's your lady friend doing? My lady friend? Do you mean Violet? Her name is Violet. Do you even know that? What sort of conversation is a comment like that supposed to spark anyway? Just as I thought, the park itself is mostly empty, save for a couple of kids running around the playground. Andy, of course, is aggressively doing pull-ups on the monkey bars. You know, there are kids here that would probably love to be climbing on those. Now aware of my plans, Andy looks over at me for just a moment before resuming her workout. Lies. If that was true, then somebody would have said something. 27? 28. They are probably too polite to ask a grown woman to do anything like that in the first place. Well, if they're too polite to ask, then they are polite enough to wait. 29. 30. What the fuck was that? Annie swings backwards and flings herself off the monkey bars, her toned body buried at me like a missile. Her impact with the ground shoots a wave of sand into the air so massive that almost reached my chin. Given the proximity of her landing, I can't help but wonder if this is yet another example of her just being reckless, or rather a display of her precision. And she sticks the dismount. Woo! Alright, now I'm motivated. You ready to go then, Slim? I will figure we'll jog along our normal route. Is that good with you? That's fine. I was expecting as much from your message. We don't really have a whole lot of time to mix up our normal routine anyway, right? Yep, sad but true. You'll do just enough to help you wake up, and then that will probably be it, unfortunately. With this, Andy gives me a behind firm, reassuring slap and begins jogging away. Damn it, Andy, stop doing that! Andy yells over her shoulder as she exits the park. Don't get a big head, it's the only way I can make sure you still have a pulse. If you are mad, then come and get me, nerds. Wow. Jesus Christ, what a girl. She only cares about exercise. Our route takes us all over the islands, and is as the meaning as ever, but I don't know, it doesn't get to me as much today for some reason. Naturally, she slows down a little bit as we approach Ashton's house again. You haven't met with him today, right? Maybe he's actually being smart for once and resting up. Andy peeks over the dilapidated fence, staring into the dark grove of palm trees and ferns shrouding Ashton's home. No lights. Come on, Ash. Stop doing this to yourself. Don't you want to get better? I doubt he's pushing himself too hard, Andy. This old man's no slave driver. Ash is probably just off doing something harmless with Emil before I go and meet up with him. Wait, we already met Emil, dude. Come on. Right, of course. He's just hanging out with Emil. Bro time, got it. Andy slowly shuffles away from the property before forcing herself into a light jog. The gentle plodding of her footsteps soon become all I can hear as we push ourselves forward. Forward, and forward, and forward, and forward. Again in front of the school, Andy and I arrive at our resting point a bit late than we normally do. As I stretch my body against the tree, though, I notice something. Andy, for some reason, looks as though she is about to vomit. Are you okay? Maybe you should drink some water. I'm fine, obviously. I don't need water. I just had trouble swallowing for a second. Come on, we are not stopping here. I don't want to be anywhere near this hellhole. Let's move. I don't have time to respond to any of these before Andy, clearly drained, begins sprinting away from the school. Even though my legs are numb with pain, a strange blend of concern and frustration pushed me to run after her. She's always almost vomit in there in front of the school. Interesting. After what feels like hours, we finally make it back to the park. I find the nearest bench and collapse on it while Emily, unfazed from before, throws her right leg up on the picnic table and begins stretching. Come on, Oliver, you have been over this. If you don't stretch after running, you're gonna be sore in the morning. Get up, you need to get in the habit of doing this. Get up and stretch. Give me a second, too. I feel like I've put any more pressure on my legs, Sophie's gonna tear. That's the whole point. You tear them and they grow back stronger. Man up. This is little the last thing I need you to do today. Then you can make love to that bench for all I care. But then I will get a splinter. Get off of that bench, Oliver. You are so freaky stubborn, Andy. I elbow to the picnic table and begin stretching my hamstrings. Stubborn is just another way to say tenacious. And if I wasn't tenacious, I will never get anything done. And Andy is just your weird way of saying Angelica. And if you weren't Angelica, then maybe. So you just call me Angelica. Which tells me you desperately want one or more of your bones broken. Now why is that, I wonder? You hate exerting yourself so much that you want me to send you to the hospital? I could just break a finger or two. I don't have to shatter anything vital. Or maybe I'll break your heart instead and tell Judy what a rotten, lazy person you have become now that you are leaving us. Or how you told me to go fuck with this badge. Oh my god, did you just swear? That's adorable. I didn't know you could do that. I thought it was something reserved for kids that actually hit puberty. Something, you have clearly never been on the internet, blah blah blah. Blah? Blah blah blah. Blah? Blah blah. The two of us look over each other and begin laughing from deep within our car. And just like that, the hardened persona of my thought as nails coach crumbles under the weight of these absurd little moments. Oh man, oh man. I'm gonna miss this. Damn. You suck, you know that? You suck for making me laugh. You suck for leaving. Hurts, doesn't it? Yep. Sure does. Nothing I can't handle though. Our laughter quiets down, giving way to the sounds of distant seagulls and the hum of vehicles on the road behind us. I don't know about Judith though. Still not sure if she can handle it yet, but to be honest, she's laughed that hard plenty of times. Remember when Ashton got his first stuck in a mason jar and Emil had to butter his wrist? She almost passed out. No, dumbass, I don't think she can handle leaving Siren's skull. I don't know if she's emotionally prepared for it. Oh. I spent a second or two trying to congregate my thoughts. Well, it's happening regardless. I don't know what else to say. It's not like I'm really prepared for any of it myself either. I have a vague idea of what's gonna be like. Lectures, crowd of cafeterias, gross bathrooms, those things should be familiar enough. But other than that, I have no clue. Exactly. You could get mugged outside of the airport or drugged by one of your dorm mates just because you snort too loudly. Little anything could happen. Andy leans her head back and stares into the sky like a turkey drowning itself in the rain. I guess that's why I'm always pushing you guys so hard. I wanna make sure we are strong enough to handle this shit. But now that one of us is actually leaving, I can't help but wonder if I did enough. Don't worry, I'll be fine. You can't guarantee that. Neither can you. Oh, really? Look at what I've built, Oliver. Do you honestly think anybody's dumb enough to try and jump me at this point? It's a simple fact of nature that if you look strong, then that's enough to scare most people away. And if you actually went half as hard as I did during our workouts, then that should be enough to take care of pretty much anything else then they will try and do to you. But even with our muse, none of us were tall enough to handle this stuff on our own. I only wish I had a little more time to fix that. Andy turns her head away from the sun and grabs the bill of her head, clearly awaiting a response. We are plenty strong though, Andy. We are all still alive, aren't we? Listen here, bench fucker. It's not good enough to just be alive. You need to be prepared for whatever has the power to rip that life away from you. You need to fight back when they try to feed that rusty frame of yours to the ocean. Right. Which reminds me, I know she might not have said anything to you direct, but Julie is obviously expecting you to spend some time with her today. Have you gone and done that yet by any chance? Yes, I've seen her. We hung out for a little bit today, yeah. It was awesome. Glad to hear. I know you probably have a date with Violet today or Sophie, so thanks for setting aside the time to say goodbye to my sister. No, Violet and I didn't actually have any plans for today. You don't say. Interesting. Any reason for that? No, not particularly. It's just that wasn't something she seemed really worried about. That's bizarre. I thought for sure she'll be the first person you'll be running over to see. How strange. Ideally, we could have all done something together. That would have made loads more sense than having me run around town all day looking for you guys. Running good for you, Slim, keep you grounded. And besides, you don't want another day where everyone is just sitting around feeling sorry for themselves, right? It doesn't have to be like that though. But it will be like that. And you know it would. We'll have plenty of time to sort things out once you are gone. But today is your day, Captain. It should be about you. Violet had her time in the sun. You are not worried about her then, Andy? You freaking worry about me eating the wrong kind of peanut butter, but Violet being by herself this long doesn't bother you at all? I'm only about the people I can actually help. And Violet is beyond our help at this point. Don't you think so? Interesting. And we leave, of course, because we are angry. Feeling my head boil over with rage, I give Ant's words a quick thumbs up and leave the park. Beyond our help? Really? I bet if it was Ash, you won't be saying that crap. You won't be doing everything you'll be doing everything you could help him. Everything. You'll be doing everything you could. Of course, we didn't like what Andy's saying then. But one thing that I would love to know, like the developer says, that is the order that you choose to go as an effect on the story or not? That's one thing that I would like to know. So now I go for Violet, not yet for Ashton. I'd love to know if the game has an effect if you go first to that person or not. You can go randomly to anyone. I would love to know that. Because can have an effect on the story and on the game. Let me save. Is one thing that I would love to know about that. Because sometimes can have like I went to Judith, right? And she was like crazy. So I would love to know. Even though it's out of the way, I try to go to the beach just in case Violet happens to be there. Sure enough, she is in her normal spot, painting something on one of her larger canvas. Hey there, Vi, how's the painting going? My girlfriend jumps in shock at the sound of my voice, nearly tipping over her easel. Olive oil? Is that you? She turns around, clearly confused. But that confusion melts into a visible excitement as she looks me over. You're actually talking again? Oh, thank God! Thank God! She sprints towards me, tripping over her picnic basket in the process, but pushing herself back up almost instantly. Well there, Violet, don't hurt yourself. I don't have to finish my sentence before I am tackled into the sand. Violet eyes closed and arms wrapping around my torso. Haha. Yes, you are back. You are really back. Holy crap. As Violet smiles down at me, I do my best to breathe in just enough air to respond to her. You know, this part where I'm supposed to say something lame like, oh wow, you are so heavy, or what I did was say hello to you. But I wanna enjoy this for a bit, if that's cool with you. Violet burns her face into my chest. Yes please. Just for a little bit more, okay? We lay there in the sand for a minute or two. Eventually though... Okay, the sand makes this kind of uncomfortable actually. I gotta get up now. Violet nods and we both sit up, dusting off our bodies in the process. Whoa, so you are back. You are really back. I mean, I never really went anywhere. But yeah, I guess I'm back. Was I acting that weird? Was it really that noticeable? Yes. Painful noticeable. I never seen somebody climb up that hard in my entire life. What the hell happened, Olive? You sure you wanna talk about this right now? Don't you wanna talk about your painting or this stuff going on with our friends? What? No. Why the hell would I care about any of that? I was convinced for a week that there was something wrong with you and now you're finally lucid. Please. Talk as much as you want. I've been doing all talk for a while now, so for the love of God, take the wheel. Okay. I do my best to think back to how I've been behaving lately. I don't really know why. After everything that happened, I guess I just kinda thought it was my job to make sure the rest of you were happy and safe. So I did what I was supposed to do and say what I was supposed to say. But it's weird, it's almost like I was watching myself say all those things instead of actually saying them. There was no sense of agency in anything I did. It was like I was in some sort of trance, like someone else's ideas were stuck inside my head. And then, I don't know, I woke up super tired this morning and I couldn't really afford to care anymore. Okay, so it's not like it seems that it wasn't a loop. Okay, so I was wrong about that. Sounds pretty shit of me when I say it like that, doesn't it? So we weren't even talking. It was like something in our mind to say certain things. Okay. Violet begins tapping the bridge of her nose as if she's dousing her body for some kind of grand epiphany. I know all that pretty vague, but it's what I got. I guess I made you worry about me, huh? Sorry about that. No, don't apologize. What you said just now was actually super helpful. Now I'm almost positive whatever you went through these past few weeks isn't what the rest of town is experiencing. It's similar, but not exactly the same. Really? So I was acting similar to how everyone else in Siren Scholar was? That's terrifying. So how was I acting any different then? If my theory is correct, unlike with the people in town, what you went through was an entire self-induced persona inflation. I legit don't know what any of that means. Basically, you put yourself in a psychic box in order to keep your mind safe. And that box was your role as your leader or protector. I guess you had some sort of paradigm shift though, and that's likely what broke you out of your box. But the people in town are nothing but their box at this point, if that makes any sense. I've noticed that they are way too good at their jobs now. Which is why I was so freaked out, Oliver. After all, these symptoms you were demonstrating were very similar to everyone else. They are in every sense the end result of that perfection you were emulating. At this point, they can't even be anything other than what they are expected to be. I was terrified you had turned into something like that. Permanently. So I'm grateful that it isn't the case and you are taking care of yourself again. It's not anything that deliberates. I'm not even trying to take care of myself, I'm just tired. Even now, I'm just kinda spitballing and hoping I don't say something completely embarrassing in front of you. That's fine by me. If spitballing is what you need to do right now, then by all means, spit on whatever. Do what you need to do. Violet grins nervously. Spit on whatever balls I need to got it. So now that you know I'm not some sort of brainless homunculus, what's next? Any plans for the rest of the day? Well, I was planning to meet back up with you around 8 and help you pack. But other than that, I was mostly gonna focus on painting here and leave you to do whatever. We really didn't wanna go on a date or anything considering. You didn't want to either, Goober. Not weird at all if both of us aren't worried about it. We get to make our own rules now, don't we? Besides, we got stuff you need to do with everyone else, right? I do, yes. Aren't you glad I stopped by for a bit though? Olive, why do you ask questions you already know the answer to? Old habits, I guess. Seems like something leaders do. Don't need to be one of those anymore though, do you? Your war is over. Violet stands up and walks herself over to her workstation. So please, take all the time you need before you head back out to the real world, alright? I stand up and follow her to the workstation, brushing some of the sand off my jeans in the process. You really do spoil me, Violet, you know that? I really don't. That's the sad part. Stay a while. Well, these different? These different now? You can stay a while or head on out. Let's stay a while. To stay with our girlfriend. Because it's our girlfriend, so why don't stay a little bit more time? Hey, pretty milk toast. Question here, but did you ever have any pets? I always wanted a sizer dog or something, but they kept losing my paperwork in the mail, so it never happened. No, that's a fine question. I can't believe we haven't talked about that yet. Seems like pretty easy first date stuff. To be fair, our first date was pretty chaotic, not a lot of time for chit chat and appetizers. Really, but we talked for like an hour while we were dancing and stuff. Wait, are you counting that time we went into the underworld by ourselves? The night we both ate shit completely and almost freaking died? Come on, Vi, you know that doesn't count. We went to bed together afterwards and started holding hands in the next day. That makes it a date by default, Oliver. Her voice is surprisingly stern as she says that last part. I guess so. But yeah, we had a dog and a cat for most of the time I lived at home. The dog was this big American boxer named Rocky. Like the super buff guy in those movies? That's actually hilarious. Andy came up with the name and I guess it kinda stuck. Imagine being named something so silly though. Your entire existence will constantly be orbiting around something as lame as a dad joke. It will be humiliating. I can think of worse things to base your existence around. At least it wasn't named after a dictator or something, right? What about the cat? What was their name? Good Cat. Her name was Good Cat. See? That's way worse. At least Rocky sounds like an actual name. I was 6. You must have been, because that's the worst name for a pet I've ever heard. It's adorable though, and definitely tells me that you were a good kid growing up. Terrible kids don't name their pets something that cute. Nah, Violet, I was vicious, a total monster, you don't even know. Sure you were, Olive Oil. So if you named a good cat when you were 6, then she probably died around when you were around 17, right? That's pretty recent. Jesus, Vi. What? I mean, that's a pretty grim thing to just ask somebody. It is? Oh, my mistake. Anyways, continue. Okay. Good Cat actually got killed by Rocky when I was 15. Oh. It's weird though. They were always super friendly toward each other. Like, they would curl up into little balls and sleep on the couch together, stuff like that. And they will eat at the exact same time every day, even when we put their food out separately. Oh, and sometimes when Rocky wasn't paying attention to her, Good Cat will get super pissed and start whacking at his tail. That's precious. Honestly, they were totally inseparable. And then out of nowhere, Rocky just starts chasing her across the yard one day. It was like he was possessed. I had never seen him move that violently before. None of us were really quick enough to stop him, and after he caught up to Good Cat... weird. Hey, if you don't want to talk about it anymore, it's fine. No, I'm good. It's just been out of my head for a bit. Cause this next part is what I have the most trouble making sense of. As soon as I caught up Good Cat and bite down, he immediately let her go. He didn't do that thing other predators do in nature documentaries, where they shake the body around and stuff. He just felt what was in his mouth and let go. And then he started whimpering, like licking Good Cat body with his tail between his legs. Olive, that's horrible. So it's almost like he knew he did something wrong. No, I think it was more like he didn't know he was doing it in the first place until it was too late. Judith says he confused Good Cat for a raccoon and that's why he attacked her. But that's just Judy being Judy. She didn't see what I saw. When Rocky was chasing Good Cat, it wasn't just instinct. Rocky was certain he was doing the right thing. He wasn't moving like he wanted to kill a raccoon. He was moving like his friend was in danger from something none of us could see. An invisible threat, a malevolent, horrid force that would swallow her brain and leave her body broken. But he ended up getting too close and biting down on the wrong thing. Even if it was only for a split second, it doesn't matter, that's all it takes. And so he ended up killing the very thing he was trying so hard to protect. Are you sure it was something that deliberate? Maybe Judy is right, maybe something was wrong with his perception in that moment, and that's why things happened the way they did. But then how the hell are you even supposed to know if there's something up with your perception in the first place? Violet shrugs. It sucks, but I guess you gotta get lucky and realize something's wrong before it's too late. Or if you're really lucky, you have a friend help you see things in a way you normally wouldn't. Maybe that's what Good Cat was for Rocky. Maybe that was something she talked with him about in their cute little pet language. Now you are just projecting. And you are not? Olive, I know it can be comforting to have something or someone to blame, but when you look at what happened, doesn't all this seem like nothing more than a simple accident? But that just seems so meaningless. It isn't meaningless unless you want it to be love. Just because there is no one to blame doesn't make it meaningless. Only you get to decide what experience and details are meaningful to you. Those details and experience might not be correct or whatever, but it doesn't mean they are useless. Alright, so what do you make out of it then? What meaning is there in any of this for you? Well, your dog name was Rocky, and your cat name was Good Cat. So that means they were cute, objectively cute. And by extension, so are you. That's what it means. I don't think objective cute is something that actually exists, right? How lonely it must be to deny your own existence flippantly. Goober. Broodmeister. Okay. We can continue here with her. It's like you can see that is true love. Like you can see that our character likes her, she likes us, like. But why the others don't like? So let's stay a while. Have you ever done anything illegal, Oliver? Are there laws about going into the subconscious realm without a permit? Unlikely. So staying here a while is like telling more about our past to each other, is what it seems. Like that they know each other past too. Then I think I'm good. Oh, no wait. There actually was something. I egged a cop car once. You did what? Alright, we didn't exactly egg it. We? You remember that week back in July when Ash's dad was out of town? It turns out he went by train, which means the convertible was left at home. So later that night, Ash pick up Emil and I down on Flagler. Wait, I remember that. Didn't you say the three of you were going into town to get food? That's what I thought we were doing too. I was supposing he was going to take us out to steak or something. But as soon as we left, Ash demanded that three of us use this chance to engage in some debauchery. Debauchery? Did you touch butts? Was the cop car you were referring to Ashton Booty? Did you egg Ashton Booty, Oliver? I could just stop talking now and it wouldn't bother me in the slightest, you know. Fine. So what did you three end up doing then? I don't think Ash had too much of a plan going in. If anything, I think he was mostly trying to get Emil to loosen up a bit. Why do you think that? Because Ash let him make all the really important decisions, namely whatever we were going to use to leave our mark on the town. After driving around for a little, Emil decided it was best to get our stuff at the dollar store. Save us the most money after all. That guy is way too practical sometimes. Ash was all about it though. Honestly, I think he was pretty stoked that Emil was humoring him at all. They didn't have any eggs though, so we ended up getting... I immediately started giggling to myself. Oliver? Sorry. It's just... Emil bought dish soap, chunky peanut butter and tortillas. He bought $20 worth of that stuff. Good lord, why? I don't know. I'm pretty sure he didn't really know what he was doing either. Again though, Ash was all about it. He kept going on and on about how you'll end able to do some really creative shit with this stuff. But in the end, all we did was slap a bunch of peanut butter caked tortillas on some stop signs. We will jump out, slap one on, and then Ash will drive away from the scene like we just robbed a bank. And the dish soap? Oh, we found an empty cop car parked up by the beach and covered all the doors handles with that stuff. That has got to be the lamest crime story I've ever heard. Damn it, I expect way more from Ashton than rubbing soap on an empty cop car. Did you guys get some sponge and wash it down afterwards? Did Emil smack your butt with a wet towel? What's with you today, Vi? I don't actually know, to be completely honest. For a second or two, Vi looks legitimately stressed. Well, it doesn't matter how lame it was. It was still fun just driving around town, acting like we were doing something dangerous. And we actually ended up getting some burgers afterwards, so that was cool. Why would you get fast food when you had perfect good tortillas to munch on? Because we were rebels, Violet, and rebels do as they please. My, how wasteful. How dangerous. Oh, take me now, you sinful man. Violet is clearly enjoying herself with this one, but I still can't think of creative way to follow up her theatricals. What about you, Top? How does your shit look? Public indecency, mostly. Okay, what? I was doing yoga on the beach before you got here. Naked, of course. Other than that, I think I stole a balloon once. They might have been free that day though, I can't remember. She probably just poking fun at me some more, probably. I think this is one mystery I'm fine leaving unsolved though. Okay, so let's head on out. Alright, I got promise to keep, so I think I'm gonna head out. Okay dogs, do what you need to do. Dream big out there, alright? I'll see you back at the house. You already passed some time with her. I understand that it's like to know some our past of each other, what we did like in the past. But we need to go to Ashton too. I'm pretty much out of time, and so I go back to Violet's house and pack the rest of my things. Well, I didn't have time to go, so if you pass a lot of time with Violet, then you can't go to Ashton. After a while, Miss Lawrence pulls into the driveway. She says we wouldn't bother trying to make it to Orlando, however. Apparently, an absurd number of gopher tortoises moved onto the runways of the airport right after Miss Lawrence got her flight. Some environmental scientists on the radio point to unrestricted development in the surrounding area as the primary cause of their migration. Looks like I won't be leaving Siren's call anytime soon. How unfortunate. Again, we can't leave Siren's call. Something happened now, it was a lot of turtles. Like, okay, sure. A lot of turtles moved. Another day in paradise. Guess I better go on it. Say goodbye to your friends. So what I think is that someone is doing something to not let us leave. You have no new message. Check save the message, press 1 now. Is what I feel is like someone doesn't want us to leave. But who? You need to discover on the game. Okay, so we didn't went to Ashton, so let's go for Ashton now. Like who? Like, can it be Miss Lawrence that is not letting us out? Because every time that she arrives, something is happening. Like like it was hurricane, now a lot of tortoise. Like, it's kind of weird, right? Hey there, Oliver. Lovely weather we are having today, huh? Lovely weather? It's the same as it always been, dude. What are we even supposed to do with something like that fake? True to form, Ash is sitting outside of the crab bucket and tumbling through his cell phone. It's kind of a weird sight though, now that I think about it. I don't think we ever plan an exact time for meeting up. Is it really cool with chilling out here in the heat for an indefinite period of time like this? What if we never showed up or got some kind of crazy accident on the way over? Would he end up waiting for me all day? For someone so exposed, this guy sure has the patience of a saint. Hey dude. Greetings friend. Is it true that you are paying for my steakhouse burger today? Burgers again? You know they sell breakfast here too, my dude. I mean technically, but why would I clean up myself by ordering something like pancakes over a burger? I don't know. It's gonna be bad for your digestion or something, right? Probably. I still want one though. Yeah, me too. So let's go get the table before it gets too crowded. He was worried about our what we're gonna eat. Our friend is, my God. Make our way over to our group to regular table and browse the menus. The fatigue I felt from this morning is swelling inside my brain like a wart as the hiss of nearby grills and chat of diner patrons fries my already worn sense. We order quickly. Both of us knowing the food itself is more of a formality than anything. We are not here to eat, we are here to talk. But that's fine. All I got to do is be a good friend and keep up the facade for one more day, and then we are good. Just one more day, and then everything will be fine. But yeah, like the game is good. Like the story, how it starts. It's like I'm gonna stop here because like it was to do gameplay because it's 7+ hours to beat the game, and like I always say, visual novels needs to be like if you have multiplayer, because in here I don't know if there is multiplayer or not because developers don't say. They say that the choice that you select, right, will affect the story. Okay, but they don't say if it has multiplayer or not, so that's what I don't know. But like I always say, visual novels with multiple ends needs to be 2 to 3 hours, like that the player can beat and then try other runs. If not, if you only have one ending, put 4 hours max, like that the player can beat the game in one day, and not like, oh, it's more hours so I need to stop and then next day I need to continue with the game. And I feel like in terms of visual novels, the player wants to beat in one day, like that they see the game, the entire game, and they can give the feedback and not, oh, let me continue other day. At the same time, I understand why developers want to make more hours on visual novels, because they want to justify their price. At the same time, because they have they want to tell a good story. I understand that, but in my opinion, is like I always say in terms of our visual novels, multiple endings 2-3 hours, one ending 4 hours is what I always say, and I hope developers start to do like that. The play, I think players will enjoy, because you can make a short story, like not a lot of hours, but you can make a good story and people will enjoy the game. And I think they won't mind about the price even. So, but yeah, that's all in my opinion. But in terms of the game Siren Skull, like you start the game, like you see that something happened and you were the hero, right? You saved that island, and you are to say goodbye to everyone. But then something happens, like Violet starts. You see, like Violet is like, wake up, let him go free, and you are like, what the fuck is happening? And then like the game ends and you are like, did I made a bad choice? But then you continue game and you see that's a way different. The beginning, you are like, what the hell happened? And you see that now you can see your character before you couldn't see, and you go talk with Violet, and now when you are like, it's a category 1 Ashton. But if you go talk to Violet, she said that you were like, your character says it wasn't me that was trying to speak, it was like something inside your head that was trying to say something. And like, it's kind of weird, right? It's like, what the hell? It's like, I think they should explain the backstory, like to understand what happened on these islands. But at the same time, I understand why they don't want to tell. The developers didn't want to tell, because it's a mystery to understand. Because at the same time, you have the gallery, right? That they have good some artworks, like your character, right? To see, they have a lot of art style. Is why you can see a lot of they have. You need this to discover. You can see that they have a lot. And that's always good. And at the same time, if you go to my menu, going to my menu only to show, you have that journal, and I think that journal is for you to read, for the player to read, to understand the backstory. I think it is, because what would be the purpose to have a journal, and every time that you talk with someone you get something, right? What will be the purpose to unlock some page of the journal, right? You can press in here in journal and you have a lot, see? So I think the developers don't tell about the backstory like completely. They tell a little bit, where each character tells a little bit of what happened, because I think they want the player to read this journal to understand, like when you discover all the page, right, like that you understand what happened on before, right, like that you understand everything and you get the entire story. But like, holy shit, like so many that they have, it's not easy. I look at these, I already passed some of them, like, because don't forget, it's, you have choice to do, so it's through choice that you can sometimes unlock some gallery and at the same time some parts of the journal. And you can see even here, percentage complete 17%. So if you want to have 100%, it's gonna take more than 7 hours. So you can see that's a lot of things to do, because there is choice to do certain things that can unlock gallery, because at the same time this is counting for the gallery, the image, counting for the journal, so you need to do a lot in the game. But like, the story is about your friendship, your friends that you are to say goodbye because you go to college, and you see that your friends is like, they don't hate but they don't like Violet. We don't know why. It's like, at first I thought that she did something bad, but she didn't do anything bad. I think it's because how she is. Like, it's hard to understand why they don't like it. But then when you move more, you see that Judith likes you. I think it was easy to understand that she likes you, but like, then your character rejects her. At least for my choice, my character rejected her because said, I'm a Violet boyfriend, and you don't want to do that. And you can see that Judith starts to get out of her character that is a shy character and lovely character, and she becomes like more aggressive. So the more you advance, the more the story starts to be more complex. Of course, you get some answers too, to know why everything is happening. Like, the day that you are going to leave, something unnatural happen. So at the same time you get to understand what is happening. But like, in terms of story, is good, but takes some time to develop the story, to understand why it's happening always these things and what is happening in that islands. In terms of artwork, it's good. Laughing like, it's like the background sometimes it seems very good. It's different from the others. The characters, they are very good. Like, each one has his own personality, but it's like, I think it misses the backstory. I think that's one thing that they should add. Is like, if the journal is to tell the backstory, it's like you need to read it, and it's a lot of page that you need to read. I think they should, like, okay, let's tell the backstory of what happened, like that. They will explain like a recap fast, and then okay, I understand what happened. But then the story will continue like that, and something they thought it ended, but it didn't end. Something is still happening, and you need to discover. I think that's the best way to do a backstory. The only thing that I don't like is the longevity, like I always say, that I prefer visual novels to be between 2 to 4 hours, like that. You can always beat the game in one day and not let for another day. But overall, for first project from these developers, it's good. I hope they collect all the feedback that the players give to them, and I hope they continue making games, visual novels or other type of games. It depends of the developers what they want to do with. Because this game is free, because I think it's only to know feedback from the players, to see what they did bad and what they need to improve and what they did good, and to continue. And I hope to see more on the future from these developers. Of course, it takes time to do something, but I hope they got all the feedback and they put on their next projects, and not do like other developers that give us feedback and they ignore it. I hope they don't do that. I hope they collect all the feedback that they want and put on the next project, like that they can improve more and more and more, and start to make even better games. That's what you want from the developers. Always improve more from their previous games is what you want. So yeah, if you are a big fan of visual novels, the Siren Skulls are available on Steam for free. You can go there, download it, play it, give feedback to developers. If you are not a big fan of visual novels, give it a try. It's free. Give it a try, play it, and at the same time give the feedback to developers to say what you didn't like and what you liked. So hope you guys enjoy here some gameplay of Siren Skull, and see you guys next time. Bye.